Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good
It-
morning.
It's Sunday
Good
morning, and
morning.
we are what? We're back.
Bless.
We're back.
The
Yes,
weekend
yes.
show is back live and in living color. And look at all of these beautiful women that we have here today. Today, I'm Rose Fauntleroy. I am the person who helps you to reclaim your time by delegating those mundane, non-revenue, non-immediate revenue tasks to help you to be able to be more productive and more efficient in your business. We have Dr. Cynthia Armstead, who's going to introduce herself, followed by Kayshawn. And then we're going to get started with our interviews because what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to have some questions, but the main topic today is you are worthy of your next level. I'm just going to let that sit there. Dr. Cynthia?
Just let that sit right there and marinate on it because it's
Mhm.
truth. So tell the truth and shame the devil this morning, Miss Fauntleroy.
Say it
Thank you
ain't
so
so.
much. So, good morning, everyone. I am Cynthia R. Armstead in the community, affectionately known as Dr. Cynthia. And women hire me to help them to bounce back from those life happens moment. I am also known as the debt reset doctor. So when life gives us lemons, we just make lemonade over here and enjoy it because we are worthy. I love this community because this is a community where it's okay to get mad. We love getting mad over here because in this community, getting mad means making a decision. Thank you, all of you beautiful ladies, for showing up this morning because that means that you made a decision and that you understand that you are worthy. So thank you for getting on your soapbox and getting mad because this is the place to be. We celebrate you here. We welcome you here. Thank you being here this morning. We're excited about talking to you. Beautiful Kayshawn, my
Good
co-host.
morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy new day. Ladies, I am happy to be here with you to just know that and embracing we are worthy, that you are worthy. I'm Kayshawn Brooks. I am the owner of Renew You Body Butters. I make organic skincare products and I coach others on holistic living. My motto is renew your skin, renew your life. And a part of renewing your life is knowing that you are worthy. And when it's time to level up and move on and elevate yourself. And that is where each and every one of us is here today and what we're coming to share with you listening and watching us this morning. Bertha.
Well, good morning. Good morning. I am Bertha Germany, and I help women discover their dreams and put themselves first, and just remind them of who they are and what they are supposed to do in life for it's their dreams to reclaim them and come back to themselves. So I'm just grateful to be here this morning on this panel, and I'm ready for the questions that you may have for me today. So good to be here.
It's good of all of you all to join us this morning, and it's good for you all to join us out in the community this morning. Dr. Cynthia, I'm going to let you take the first question and choose the first person.
All right, all right. I'm excited about that. So let me just roll back for one moment and say we are all here because of the amazing number one coach over here. We call her the GOAT because she is truly that.
Yes.
The Reverend Dr. Danielle Winningham. She has allowed us to graciously be here on her platform because she's doing some amazing things these days. And a lot of everything that's going on in the world, she is that beacon of hope, that ray of sunlight. And she has decided to graciously give through her not for profit foundation for women $1 million in grants to help women to continue to build their foundation and come out here and let people know that we are here. We are loud and proud and we have a lot to offer. because someone out there wants and needs what it is that you do in business, ladies, and what you offer. So the ladies here on the panel have all taken that first step to apply for a grant under the Free Women Project with Coach Danielle Winningham. So if you're out there on Facebook in our listening audience and you are interested, also all social media platforms, actually, because we're streaming on many social media platforms. So if you are interested in applying for this, your piece of the pie, as they know I like to say in the community, for the $1 million grant, go to bit.ly/freewomen2020 and apply so that you can be sitting in the same position where these ladies are. They are in phase 2 of the interview process. So we're going to jump right in. I thought about it and I said, okay, when I get a chance to ask my first question today, I'm going right for the gusto. Okay, I'm not holding back. So let's talk about quickly. Let's just get it out there. Let's talk about this money, honey. So the grant is a grant that's going to give you a portion of a payment towards coaching services here in the Danielle Winningham community. However, you ladies would also be responsible of paying a portion of that tuition, I will call it, for your coaching services, because what you have to understand is that it's very important that you invest in yourself. Sometimes if people don't have any skin in the game, then it doesn't mean anything to them. So as Coach likes to say, this is not a handout that's being given. If you're selected for the grant, it is a hand up. And with that being said, then you are responsible for paying the additional portion. So if Coach is giving you a 90% grant, then you're responsible for putting in your 10% financially, but you're also responsible for coming and showing up with 100% of the work. So I'm just going to ask this question and say, how committed are you, if selected for the grant, to making sure that you make timely payments and paying the remainder of your responsibility? Because again, we all understand that we must invest in ourselves. So the beautiful, and I'm loving those pearls, Miss D. Morris, come off mute. Good morning, beautiful. Tell us who you are, what you do, and let us know how committed you are to investing in yourself if you're giving this grant, which is a 90% grant of an investment in you. How invested are you in making sure that you take care of your payments and do all the things you're supposed to do if you join within this grant and given this grant by Coach?
Good morning, Dr. Cynthia and everybody. Thank you. My name is Dee Morris, and I'm the owner of the One by D, which is a home-based custom cake shop. And to answer Dr. Cynthia's question, how committed am I to keep my part of the payments? Well, I have been committed to coaching under Coach Danielle since 2016. So I started off with a $17 product. I had been listening to her every morning for free. So I bought a $17 product that she had on sale. And when I saw the format of it and how the class went, I just kept on investing and just about everything she put out there, I was buying it. And when she came up with a program where you can set payments and just keep the payments going and you're a part of pretty much everything, then I jumped in that. So coming from paying 100% investment, I will be glad to pay my 90%. So I'll be keeping up with those payments effortlessly. That won't be a problem. I know it's an investment. It's not a payment. It's not I'm not giving away the money. It's an investment in me and my business.
My numbers are a little rough, D, but actually Coach is making the 90%.
90. Okay. Well,
you're
I'm
doing
doing
10%.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I had it wrong.
It's okay. It's okay.
10%.
So,
Easy.
boy, you're committed to doing 90. My goodness, 10. You
Been doing 100.
No
I'll do it. Yes, I'll do my 10.
Okay. Let's see. Dolores, because Miss Dolores Green too, and she got on the money green color. Come on, Miss Dolores, come off mute. Tell us about yourself. Welcome this morning. Same question.
Yes, my name is Dolores Green, and I am a beauty boss. I started this business during the earlier part of this year, and I have been struggling to make it a profitable business, because I need to understand what marketing is all about, how to brand my business. So I do appreciate Coach Danielle for bringing this opportunity. So we will get the tools and the training that we need. And as far as making the payment, I'm totally committed to making the payments. Number one, I'm a woman of integrity, and that is my responsibility to, if I make a commitment to do something, is to make sure that I do that on a timely manner. You know, whatever the time payments are, that's the responsible thing to do. It's the right thing to do. So I am totally committed to making those timely payments. And
Amazing.
you were saying 90% of the grant is paid. So the least I can do is pay that 10%. And I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, I love your answer, and I love these answers, because what I understand clearly is that today we sit on the side of the fence where someone is willing to give us a hand up and give us 90%, and we have a 10% responsibility, but those tables will turn one day, because as you continue to build your foundation over here and you get all the coaching that comes from our amazing coach and all the community that comes along with that, one day you will be that person who says to another entrepreneur, hey, I got 90% over here for you. Are you willing to come and invest your 10%? So that we can help take you to your next level. So this is training ground, ladies. This is training ground. I am going to go ahead and defer over to my BYOB weekend morning co-host, Miss Kayshawn Brooks, and let Kayshawn take over for the next question. You're on mute, Kayshawn. Okay, well, Kayshawn's on mute. We're going to go back over to the beautiful Miss LaRose Fauntleroy, and we'll come back with Kayshawn with question number 3.
You know, I'm really loving the avenue that these questions are taking, because when you think about your financial commitment, there's nothing that you're going to do in life to grow yourself or to grow your business without some kind of financial commitment. And that commitment is an investment. And when you are committed to putting in that sweat equity, that commitment, that financial portion, that also speaks to how you see yourself as worthy for your next level. So I'm loving the way that you all are answering these questions and that you are committed to your next level. And remember what we say, y'all. Sharing is caring. So
Yes.
please make sure to share out the broadcast. And if you have not put in your application, don't miss this opportunity in this opportune time. Go to bit.ly/freewomen2020 and put in your application so that you can be on the panel and be interviewed and get your share of the grant, $1 million. Who does that?
Right.
Who does that? Our coach has been blessed, and she is now being a blessing through her foundation to bless others who are willing to make the move, take the chance and the opportunity to invest in themselves. Now, I'm going to move on with a question for Rashonda. We talked about the financial commitment somewhat, but with that commitment, with growing your business, with all of that, what sacrifices are you willing to make in order to build your business as being a committed member of this community? Because with anything worth having, there always is a sacrifice. So what are you willing to sacrifice in order to grow to the next level?
I want to start off by saying that I've been a truck driver for 27 years.
Oh, wow.
So I know all about sacrificing my time, my sleep. Um, I've been in situations where my health had been sacrificed, not willingly, but it just came with the job by being over the road. Sacrificed being over the road when I first started my journey doing that. I was out there over the road for 3.5 years, and for 6 months at a time, I would only come home for like 2 weeks. So I know all about sacrifice. Even though the question wasn't asked to me, I know about the financial part of it, the commitment of that all. I know what it takes to make a machine run well. You have to have a fine oiled machine in order for it to run. And that's the same here. It's no different. It's all the same. It's about the mindset. I've been needing to leave what I've been doing for so long. And I changed the way I prayed. I had to change my thought process, and I had to go through some growing. And in that journey, I changed my prayer. And in that, a lady by the name of Chiquita showed up in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh,
And it just overflowed from there. And now all of a sudden, I have been thrusted into the now with y'all. And I'm just thankful. So I don't know if I really answered the question. I hope I did, but I'm just so overwhelmed to be here.
you answer with your heart, and that's the best answer. When you answer and go forward with your heart, that's the best answer. Now, Bertha, I'm going to pose the same question to you. Even though you are a part of our community, you are our beloved BG. What sacrifices are you willing to make to continue to go to the next level in your business and in this community?
Well, I am willing to sacrifice the time and the energy. By me being in this community, I already know how things are, and I know Coach had mentioned, we needed to be in class, when she calls for these classes, and so in my mind, we have to make up our minds and make the decision to be at class and come to class. And so I'm making the commitment to be there at the classes, that pertains to what we're doing and the brand that you may have or whatever. I make all of those classes. And so I would do the same for this. And I just appreciate the opportunity, like Dr. Cynthia had said, who does this? It's a blessing to, have this opportunity to be able to do this and coach. It's just awesome this what she's doing. So I'm gonna take that opportunity and work hard. And I'm trying to clear my schedule now. I'm working hard right now so I can be ready for the fall.
I know that's right. I'm going to defer the next question back over to you, Kayshawn. You good?
Yes, but a little deferment, a little bit. I'm just going to just re-emphasize to everyone out there that are listening to us that there is still time to apply for this application. And remember, the link is bit.ly/freewomen2020. And I would like to ask Katrina a question, and it may come around to all of the ladies, but Katrina, this question is for you. Can you explain to us and the other people watching to us, why do you feel that you are worthy of this 90% grant? And why do you feel that now is the time, is your time? Why is it your time? Why is it your selfish time? Why are you putting everything that was a priority and making yourself a priority?
That's a good question, because I feel like I deserve this. Why not? I've tried this before trying to do things on my own. A few years back, I launched Simply Ayana, and I self-published my first book, and it was a marriage and relationship book. It did okay, and I did it solely by myself. I spent money that I did not have to get this up and out. Um, but I won't say I failed, but I want to say that I didn't have the necessary tools to continue it, to keep it going as far as marketing and things like that. So, and it was kind of disappointing, but um, when I heard of this opportunity during this pandemic, I ended up getting furloughed. And so immediately I was like after the first week, I was like, okay, I got to do something, because there's absolutely no way that this particular company or individual or CEO has this kind of control over my life as to when I will or will not get paid. I can't do that.
Right.
And so, but I just couldn't figure out how I can do this on my own. And then I saw this on one of your, I don't know if it was the morning show or a night show, I don't know, but it was the BYOB. And the ladies were explaining the opportunity. I simply clicked off. I went and applied, and then I clicked back on because I'm like, okay, that's the answer. This is not my first time that I will be working with Coach, and I took advantage of one of her programs, and I paid 100% of it. It was like a $1,200 program, and I did it. But at the time, I wasn't mentally ready for it. But this time, there's just no excuses. Just a quick little story. The management at my company sent us an email saying, hey, we need a $900,000 goal this month. And for your good efforts, guess how much I'm going to give you? I'm going to give y'all $200 if y'all make me $900,000. I say, you have lost your mind. I say, that just don't make no sense to me. How insulting is that? You want me to sit here and sacrifice my time away from my family? You want me to sacrifice long hours to make you almost $1 million? And you gonna give me $200? That's not gonna be flat because you're gonna tax it.
Right.
I agree with you. I hate to interrupt you. I agree with you. And that just shows that you realized in that moment what your worth is. And that you won't allow someone to minimize your worth. But you made a good point, Katrina, in what you said. You've coached and coached with Coach Danielle before. You've been in the community before, but you had to have your mind ready. It is a mindset shift that you have to be ready and prepared for what may be new and different. And when you get into new and different, you have to be open to walking into things that you don't know, because you don't know what you don't know. And then when you are tasked with those things that you don't know, but you're still willing to commit and move anyway, that speaks volumes to commitment, to faith, and to your strength of changing your mindset. Kayshawn, you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Okay.
See, that's what we do over here. Teamwork makes the dream work. What?
Dream work.
What?
Okay. The next question we have is, if selected, do you have the time necessary to commit to the proper building of your business? This question is so important because, and I can start this off with answering it myself. It's almost disrespectful to take someone's money, their hard-earned money, and just throw it down the drain. This is just as important if you were going to college, if you were trying to get some certification from the government, you're going to give it your all. and you want to give it your all when someone is giving you their all. So I'm going to put that time. I'm going to, before I made this agreement, I was like, okay, how am I going to carve out this time? I'm not going to take this generous 90% money and then figure out how I'm going to work this out. No, I was like, no, I'm going to work this out by any means necessary. And all we have right now is time. So there is no excuse. So for this question to be, do I have time? For me to say anything other than yes, I do have the time, would I would be lying to myself, because I do. I'm not, we're still kind of not, on, lockdown, but we're still in shelter in place, and just people are social distancing and everything hasn't just went back to normal. So I still have that time to commit to this program. I can do that. I'm committed to that because I want to change. I've wasted too many years of my life, too much time already on other things that has not brought me to the place in my life where I should be now and where I want to go. So I'm going to make the time, because what I was doing before, all that other stuff, like I noticed something about me. I'm really private. I don't share, but I used to be into reality shows. And I've noticed maybe for the past month, I have no desire. I mean, I want to, but I don't have the time now, because something shifted in my mind that during those times of the reality shows were on, now I'm busy, I'm networking, I'm doing something with my business, I'm creating, I'm interviewing, I'm preparing for shows like this, I'm making product, I'm consulting with someone. I no longer have that time to waste on a reality show, because I'm trying to move to another area in my life. And that question just like brought that to me. So I wanted to share that when you're serious about your business, you're going to make the time, because we have the time.
So with that being said, let's see, Dolores.
Yes.
What time sacrifices are you willing to make? We've talked about sacrifice. We've talked about commitment to the financial piece. I'm gonna withdraw that question and go with something a little different.
Okay.
If you are selected for this grant, what would you do in your business to make the world a better place by what has been bestowed upon you?
Well, if I'm selected, I am willing to share what I've learned during the certification time, willing to share with other women, especially. That's one of my heart's desires, is to lift and inspire other women to become their better selves, to start a business. I believe in entrepreneurship. I taught it to all of my children, and all of them are entrepreneurs except one. So I'm willing to share that information, the education, the experience that I have, and willing to pass it on to others to inspire them to start a business if you don't already own a business, and to aspire to make that business a profitable one, to create financial independence and a financial legacy for yourself and your children, friends, and others. So when you have people that have profitable businesses, the money is becomes you have more access to money when you have a profitable business. So when you have the means to live your life and pay your rent and your mortgage and the things that you need to do, you become happier and healthier people. So that's making the world a better place. And I'm willing to do that, is to pass on the information that I've learned from this certification, because I am really sick and tired of paying my money for ads, doing all these things, trying to have a successful businesses. And I believe you said earlier, doing the things that you don't know. I know I can be successful and have a profitable business, but I just need to connect with the right like-minded people in educating myself on how to market my business. So I'm willing to share whatever I have learned. And that's a part of my personality. I believe in investing in people. I have a passion for people. So that's how I'm willing to make this world a better place if I'm selected, is to just to share and to give what I have to others and not expect anything in return, and be that example to the world to make it a better place.
Absolutely. Let's move on with another question. D. Morris, the cake baking lady. Girl, I sure used some of that cake today.
Oh, me too.
Just look, they just shaking their heads and see,
Yes.
was mouth waters. And I said waters, y'all. I didn't say water. I said waters. Okay?
With the S.
It doesn't just water one time when you're eating these cake. But D, if you are selected for this grant, how will this help you to be able to better invest in other areas of your business?
Oh my. Well, it will probably free me up from some of the investment that I have previously been making, which I completely appreciated making on my own. But I know that I'll also learn where to take the freed up money and where to put it to further grow my business. Coach is very well versed in telling you where you can put your money to get the best bang for your buck, how to build a low cost team, um, how to invest in marketing that works, that gets to the point and not feeling around for marketing tactics that don't work. She can tell you what not to do with your money, which saves you money. So, like I said earlier, I bought a $17 class from her, and one of those was time management, and I forgot the other one, but one thing that she was telling us was about cutting the cable, and like Katrina said, somebody said stop watching TV. I've employed all those things where to cut money. She taught us where to cut down on money, where we were spending. And I've done a lot of those things. So being in this program will just build upon what I've already learned from her. And I'll be glad to take my portion of savings and reinvest in my business.
Absolutely. Bertha, same question for you. If you're granted, if you excuse me, if you get your portion of this grant, what will you do to better invest in your business?
To better invest in my business, I would I don't know. I just believe the knowledge that I gained from the classes. You know, the knowledge alone, I can apply them to each one of the businesses. I've learned so much, you know, and so by us having this grant, it just cuts down on the expense. And so it's just a blessing. It would be a blessing to have because, you know, coaching program is expensive. So it's a blessing to have that, you know, 90% paid for, to be able to go to these classes and get all the knowledge so you can apply them to all of your businesses. And that's what it would do for me. And I can be able to help others because of that.
So you'd be able to pay it forward. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Katrina, I know that you're starting out in this, you'd be starting out in this community and building something new.
Yes.
What would this grant allow you to be able to do with building something new and to invest more in your business?
Unlike last time, it was just, like I said, it was just me when, you know, I was publishing my book. So this opportunity would allow me to build a solid foundation when it comes to my business, and to eventually start, building that team around me. So, I can delegate certain responsibilities. Of course, marketing and branding also go along with that. So this opportunity will allow me to, focus on that, what I didn't have last time, because I was everything. I was everybody. I was the face, I was the tag, I was the social media, I was everything. And so, that would allow me to be able to do, to do that, to really just build, because I believe in building not only a profitable business, which is very important, but for it to be sustainable, for, where if the next pandemic come along, my business not going nowhere, because I built a solid foundation, because I was allowed this opportunity with this grant that coach is offering. So that's how that would help me.
Excellent, excellent answer. A sustainable business building on a firm foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as everyone knows, nothing stands without a firm foundation. Dr. Cynthia, you want to take over?
Absolutely. Yes. I love that, Katrina. That's a really good segue, because what I heard out of that is someplace where I've been before, where you are the jack of all trades, which eventually makes you the master of none because you are stretched so thin. You guys know I like to keep it honest over here, and I love the analogies. When I think about coach and I think about the community, some of the ladies that have been in the community and taken some of the courses, what you understand is that we are a community, we're a family, we have fun over here. We learn a lot and we enjoy it and we have fun. You can be yourself. Over here, people in the community speak the language that you speak. Some people, Katrina probably would have said, $200, woohoo, let me go for it. Let me work as hard as I can. Let me come in early. Let me sacrifice my lunch breaks. Let me work late, and let me put my other commitments to the side so I can make this $200 that's then going to be taxed, and it's not even going to be $200. And then you would say that there's a different approach that you might want to take, and you would share with them, and they would look at you like you got three heads. So over here, we speak your language. And that's what I love about this community. Now, understand we're family and we get on. I always say, like, you guys remember last night, the Pips used to say, the friendship train. Everybody shake a hand. Excuse my singing, but you know what I mean. So, but with that being said, coach is definitely the conductor. Now, we all on the train. I don't care where you get on the train. I don't care if you get on the front car. I don't care if you get on the middle. I don't care if you run and you run a little bit late, but you grab a hold of that caboose. Because when you grab a hold of that caboose and we see you, we're going to say, oh, somebody's holding on to the caboose. Everybody come on. We're going to grab you and throw you on in on the back car. It doesn't make a difference where you get on. But understand, what we do know is that our coach is the conductor. So as I think about the grant and I think about the fact that coach has obviously, if she can give $1 million from her own personal foundation to us, if she can spare $1 million and give us a portion of grants at roughly 90%, then that means that obviously she's made $1 million at minimum and more. And so with that being said, when we do come into the community and when we come into these sessions, sometimes it's tough. And some of the ladies will already know head coach can get tough. So the question is, and I'm going to send this question first to Rashonda. The question is, how well would you be with receiving, how open would you be in this community as a part of the community with receiving upfront and honest feedback in the group setting? Because coach gives the upfront and honest feedback. Sometimes, the upfront and honest goes to, constructive criticism.
No cut.
And it can be tough, and we know, and over here in the community, we call it a brick, and when the brick is coming. So don't tell coach I told y'all this. But once you're in the community, when you hear, you may be speaking and she'll let you speak. And after that, she says, can I ask you a hard question? When you hear that, it's time for you to go get your hard hat, because I'm telling you, the brick is coming. You best be ready. So I told y'all that. But when you hear, can I ask you? And she so eloquently says, can I ask you a hard question? So when she asks you a hard question, the question is coming to give you that support and knowledge that she has for your foundation, but it is a reality check for you too on where you may be veering into the wrong direction, where you may be taking something that's so simple and making it harder than it needs to be like when you're that jack of all trade and master of none. So Rashonda, in the community, when coach says, can I ask you a hard question? And of course you're going to say yes. And she's ready to give you that upfront and honest feedback on whatever the subject matter is at that time. How open are you to receiving that upfront and honest feedback in the group setting?
Completely open, because I pretty much live my life that way. Being a truck driver of 27 years, I mean, I just drove to Dayton, Ohio just yesterday. I can't get to where I have to be with funny directions. You have to be up front and forward with me. There's no way that I could live. I put my life in the truck every day. And so I have to have direct questions. I have to have direct answers. I have to have directions, not crazy stuff. So I can't be, I just can't be fly away with my questioning or my answers. So I respect that very much from any and everybody.
Yeah,
Keep it real.
Yes, I like
There's nothing that I can do with the fake.
Mama bear. Yes.
What can you do with the fake, girl?
So just like our, I say she's like the mama bear, because you got to understand, if we think about this opportunity, if you think about mothers and how they embrace their young, the cubs, they're trying to prepare us to go down the road that they've already traveled successfully so that we can be just as successful, if not more successful. And what do? They invest in us. They invest in us. So you got to know if she's going to invest the time and the information and the talent and with the grant, those kind of monies into us, she's going to hold us accountable. And there are just going to be times when it may be tough, but we have to be willing to accept the open and honest feedback, because that's going to do what I like to call, and sometimes you don't like it, it feels uncomfortable, but stretch me, challenge me, because if you stretch me and you don't challenge me, how am I going to grow?
Absolutely.
How am I going to grow? So same question, Dolores, same question.
I am open to constructive criticism, because I know that the coach and the mentor knows what's best for me better than I do, because I'm looking to them to learn and to grow. So we have to be willing to be fed like the mama bird feeds her babies, dropping food into their mouths. So I look at it as a gift to help my business win, to help me get all my ducks in order to be a profitable and successful business. I look at it as a boost to my business, and I know that it's gonna make me feel uncomfortable, but I'm willing to accept it because I know it's gonna make me grow. And I have no problem with that at all, because I want to be successful. And I listen to different millionaire gurus, and they say, if you want to become a millionaire, you want to become a billionaire, you must do what they do, you must say what they say. So I'm open. I am all open to learning, because I know that I can be successful in this business. I need the training, I need the coaching, and I am coachable, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to become successful in this business, because I feel like it is my time now. It is my time to shine. It's my time to come out of the shadows. I've made a lot of sacrifices. I'm a mother of 4 adult children, and I left corporate America to come home and raise my kids. And I stayed home, and I did everything, opportunities for my children. I made sure that they had, good lives. And so now it's my time. It's my time. I have the time now. Speaking of time, I have the time now to put into the business. So I am open to the criticism. I think that was the question, right?
Well, the way it was
Oh,
written,
yeah,
it says
right. It's
upfront.
my time. Yeah, it's my
It
time to
says
shine. So I
upfront and honest feedback. That was the way it was written.
right. So I'm willing to do whatever coach say do, because I know she knows, and that's how you get where you want to go, because she's been there, done that, and she can tell me the do's and the don'ts, like you said. So I'm willing to listen. I've been trained that way, to listen to those in authority, so I have no problem with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
you
like
said.
that saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that saying, how we talked about the mama bear, the mama bird, and everything else. And, she's the coach and she's the leader over here. And, sometimes we know in the mothering sense, when they come for us and they say, now they got that belt and they say, now this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. Coach is like that. It's going to hurt her more than it's going to hurt us if we don't go for what she's given us an opportunity to have, because she knows that we can do it. She always says that she didn't have someone to give this opportunity to her, and of this magnitude at the time when she was trying to get those freedom papers and leave that job and come off of the job and do the things that she was destined to do. But she also understood while she was still working that she utilized that platform to build her way out. So she's not that coach that's gonna say, well, just, what, Katrina, based on the experience that you had, just quit, just walk away, and no, it's a building process. And so she takes us through those steps. And so I'm going to pose the same question to Katrina. And I'm only going to say that, like I said, sometimes she hits you with those questions. You have to be ready for them. You can't duck and dodge. You just have to take it. I've had hickeys upside my head. I've seen Rose with one, and DK, Sean, Bertha, we all have them. So like the mom, there's no favorites.
Rick,
She coming for you.
I just want to add too, it's an opportunity to change.
Yes.
And grow.
Yes.
So that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But you don't walk into who God intends you to be by sitting in the same spot that you've always been sitting in.
Right.
So it's time, it's season. Katrina?
Yes, ma'am. I was hoping y'all was going to ask me this question. I have a little story. So remember I told y'all that I was in a program of coaches, right? And so she had set up, it was like a 15-minute, conversation she was going to have with everyone. And basically, I can't remember, exactly, but it was something of the sort was, you was going to, she was going to call you and you tell her, this is what I've done so far in regards to your business, what you've lined up, whatever. And you basically supposed to ask her, okay, how do I move forward or whatever the case may be? Well, apparently my little young mind wasn't prepared for it. I think I basically asked, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. Can you help me? And that 15-minute conversation lasted like 3 minutes, because she was like, okay, yeah, you're not ready. I need you to go back. I need you to do X, Y, and Z. And then I talk to you whenever I have time to like squeeze you in. And I was just like, oh my God. So, I mean, I've gotten the brick. I know how, she gets down. And I mean, I respect that. At first I was a little, I was a little bruised, but I respect that, because she's like, no, you're not about to come here and waste my good time talking about something I didn't ask you for. So you need to go back to the drawing board and get it together when you have it together. So I guess to answer your question, I've experienced it, so it's not a problem. I'm not easily embarrassed. I have tough skin for the most part. And so constructive criticism, I mean, is welcome, because, she knows what she's doing and I need to know what I'm supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. So, but yes, answer your question. I'm very open to that brick that may be thrown at me at certain moments.
Because it's a guarantee the bricks are going to come.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be embarrassed.
And the reason the bricks are going to come is because if we knew every step to take and every move to make to go to the next level or to start, we would not need a coach. Right. And it's no need in having a coach that's just going to agree with everything that you say when you know daggone well you don't know what the heck you doing. You just as lost and
Absolutely.
confused. And you notice she told you, you're not going to waste my good time. But if you pay attention to what she told you at first, she told you, you're not ready. Do this, do this, do this. She gave you clear instructions and tasked you to go do it. It reminds me of it. Did everybody see the movie Harriet? Harriet Tubman?
No.
Remember when the guy would take over what Harriet was doing and he was going to tell her what she was going to do? And she pulled that gun and said, wait a minute. You riding on this train, you going to freedom. You going to freedom with me. You going to do it the way I tell you to do it, or you can stay here. So sometimes those bricks will feel like that. But if you take the clear instruction, you'll turn around and say, well, daggone, this was not as hard and as bad as I thought it was. Sometimes it's like taking that castor oil. I'm sure some of y'all remember taking that castor oil.
I remember cod liver oil. Right.
It's hard going down. But once it's down and you drink that water behind it, it's smooth sailing and everything work like it's supposed to work.
Absolutely.
That's the community that we have over. That's the dynamic coach that we have. So, Kayshawn, you want to take another question because we're gonna get ready to wrap it up?
Yes. One of the things that makes this community work really well is supporting one another and being there for one another. And that requires volunteering. And volunteering can come in many different forms, shapes, and sizes. So if selected, how available are you to work on additional volunteer assignments that will facilitate your learning? So keep in mind, when you're volunteering, you're learning, you're expanding your mind, you're elevating to other levels. I have been able to volunteer and it has opened up doors for my business. It has expanded my business because now I have ideas that I would not have had if I wouldn't have exposed myself to that environment. You know, I've been able to network and collaborate with people from the experience of volunteering. So I would like for, let's go with Bertha, since you've been here, you know what it's like.
Yes.
How available are you to volunteer?
I'm available. I'm available. I volunteered with the not the BYB, but at the conference that we had in Atlanta, we did a lot of setting up for the conferences. It was great, you know, and stuff. And so I always tell Coach Jennifer, all of them, that if you know you need me to volunteer, then I will. You know, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. So I'm open. You know, if somebody show me what to do or whatever, I'm open to do it.
Great. Dolores, same question for you.
Yes, volunteering. I don't mind volunteering. As a matter of fact, I get excited when it's time to help people do things. Because as the other young lady said, Bertha, when you volunteer, you learn and you grow and you establish relationships and friendships, you know, when you volunteer. So really volunteering, you're still helping yourself when you volunteer, because there's benefits that come back to you that we may not see, but it does. So really it's, to me, it's an honor, you know, to do something and not expect any pay from it. You know, it's a blessing in that. It's a blessing in that. And I believe it just comes back to you. And I just look at it as an honor and a blessing to be able to volunteer. I've volunteered all my life. My mom and my dad, we always had to do things for others. That's how we were raised. You do things for others, you help them whenever you can. If you see a need, you know, you try to fill that need if you can. I've been in church all my life, so if any church people on here, y'all know you volunteer to do everything: clean the chandeliers, clean the pews. You know, you're volunteering all the time, so it comes easy for me. It's a part of my life.
That is
So
great.
it's a beautiful thing. Yeah,
Great.
it's a beautiful thing.
Rashonda,
Um,
same question.
Servitude is my life. Um, that's what I'm all about. I've just been listening to what all the ladies have been saying. I mean, it just sounds like everyone else has been involved in their own entrepreneurship in one way or another, or their different ventures one way or another. Like I say, I've been a truck driver for 27 years, and during this pandemic, I've seen the ignorance, I've seen the paranoia, um, I've seen the confusion. I'm out there in them streets. I'm out there on those roads every single day, and I'm paranoid. I'm scared to the point I'm paralyzed. But I have to get myself up and get myself out there every day. Um, like I said, servitude is my life. My husband ended up losing his job during this pandemic. 17 years on his career, and because of this pandemic, they took it away from him in a phone call. So my household has been turned upside down since day one. And when it was the most scariest, when there was nobody out there, I was out there. It was nothing but trucks out there. So I feel like this pandemic, it has taken a lot from my family. It's taken a lot out of us. It's taken the wind out of our sails, y'all. But I want to do my family a great service by being in this program. And if the Lord sees fit to give me this opportunity, I want to pay it back to my family.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I said thank you. I said
Absolutely.
thank you to you for your service, because
Yes,
in
yes,
this time now,
yes,
what you are providing for the country
Mhm.
is the ultimate service.
Yeah.
You're only over the road to provide what is needed for everyone else. You're risking your life to do it.
Yes.
You're risking your life and your livelihood to do it. And for that, we say thank you.
Thank you. You're risking your life and you're saving ours, because if you wasn't risking your life, we would be out here killing each other right now to survive. Someone could have killed me and my family. I could have killed someone and theirs, defending mine. But because of you out there sacrificing,
Absolutely.
you're saving, you're sacrificing yourself. You're saving millions of us.
You're making the ultimate sacrifice.
The ultimate sacrifice.
You have an amazing strength. You have an amazing strength about you, and you're continuing to strengthen yourself. And I just have a strong belief that when you strengthen a woman, when a woman is in her strongest place, and when she is strengthened, then you cannot help but to strengthen the community of people around her. And that starts in the household. So the stronger that you are, Rashonda, and that courage, all the admiration that we all have for you, and the stronger that you are and the stronger that you become, it cannot help but to affect the strength of your husband, the strength of your children, your family, your extended family, your sisterhood here, the community, the people that you work with. And as I stated earlier, following in the footsteps of Coach, you're building your way out of where you once were. So, and as Rose likes to say, there's no time for looking behind us. We have to look face forward and full speed ahead. So you are already strong. You're continuing to be strengthened, and you're just on this strength journey, as I like to call it. And so you have to know, when you strengthen a woman, then it has an effect on everybody that you come into contact with, even if it's just a person when you stop to get gas for your truck and you go in and you pay them. The strength that you have, and the way that you present yourself, and the brightness that comes with you, and the light that's within you. You got to know that that clerk that you paid for the gas, that they felt that and that they saw it. So your strength, the strength that you have and that you continue to build, it only strengthens others. And that is, again, as Rose said, the ultimate sacrifice. That is giving back. That is volunteering in a way where it's so simplified. And again, I said this earlier, and that's what I love about this community, because sometimes what we think is so difficult is absolutely so simple, especially when you are living in your glory and you're living who you are and who you're meant to be. So you are exactly where you're supposed to be in this time, because God does not make any mistakes. This is where you're supposed to be in your journey right now.
I just want to say,
You're supposed to skip. You're where you're supposed to be, and we thank you.
Exactly where you're supposed to be.
If I don't get the grant or anything, I just want to thank y'all for being the women at the well, because I didn't plan on being emotional.
That's all right.
Really opening up that much about what's going on in my household. I'm just a little dot on the map, y'all.
But that's all right. We got your virtual hugs from all of us.
Yes.
And as our sister, we usually have Vicky May on here with us. She couldn't be with us this morning. She's one of our co-hosts, and she's over here in the chat. And as Vicky has said, and I want to share it with you, she says from pandemic to purpose. Because sometimes God lets things happen.
Yes.
Allows things to happen in order to move you to what your purpose is. And sometimes that story that you have, those steps that you've made, that journey that you're on in that truck in helping other people is moving you. That truck is moving you to now what your new purpose may be. So hold on to that.
Yes.
Now, Katrina, we're going to pose that. I think Kayshawn wants to pose that same question to you, because then after you, we're going to wrap it up and we got to go. I hate to let y'all go, but we got to go. I need my sisters today, but I'm going to have to let y'all go.
And we're talking about volunteering. I volunteered, whether I knew I was or I wasn't. Whether I was volunteering my time, someone, I had a friend, I guess it's not really volunteering in the traditional sense, but called me at 9-something at night. Oh my God, I need to talk to you. I need some advice, Okay. I've also done, like Miss Dolores has stated earlier, being in the church, I've volunteered everything. If I went on every ministry board there was, we talking about Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, couple of services on Sunday. So, but yeah, volunteering is absolutely something that I would be willing to do.
I'm great to see you say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Because over here in this community, we are a big community, but there is always something that you can help do. Because one of Coach's main sayings is, many hands make light work.
Yeah.
And when you have many hands, the volunteer assignments that we are up for over here, it's not only to build the community, which it does move the community forward, but it also at the same time moves you forward in what you're doing and in your business, because you get to learn the different pieces of what makes a business run, what makes your business run specifically. And you're learning while also giving. And there is no better thing than to be able to serve. As Rashonda said, servitude. Is there anything else, ladies, you all want to say or want to do? Because we're going to have to wrap up and get out of here.
I'd like to say that this right here, I don't want to take my time, but I want to kind of take my time. But this is like a full circle for me, especially when it comes working with Coach. Even after the program I was with her years ago, I later went on to other coaching, programs or whatnot. And not to say that they weren't good, but, it just wasn't what I needed. And what I love about this opportunity is not only just the blessing of the grant, but that the certifications that are available, they are specific to what it is that you want to do personally. Majority of the coaching opportunities out there are very general. They just vary across the board. But if you want to be a fitness, certification or whatever, how to work that specific business. And that's what I love. One of the things I love about this opportunity, that you have all these different certifications. And that was one of, I guess, the thorns in my side, was like, I didn't know how to really, have a business or market a business or brand a business specific to what it is that I was passionate about. And it frustrated me to no end. But now I know that this is something that is just it's just gonna propel me to like no end. Because I have if y'all don't know, my computers just have all kind of ideas, all kind of stuff. I just need to put the foundation in place to propel it to where it needs to go. Yeah, it's there. But how do I how did I get it? How do I get it out there? You know what I'm saying? How do I market it? How do I brand it? So
you're in the right place at the right time.
Yes, ma'am. So my gratitude and my thanks to Coach. I love her to life. I love all you ladies. I know I only met y'all for an hour, but you've made this like a really comfortable situation, and I hope to see you all ladies soon.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, ditto to what she just said. I say this has been a sweet hour.
Oh, great.
It's been mellow. It's been we connected. I feel like we all connected today, and it was just a beautiful setting. And I appreciate what Coach is doing, because I know it's going to make a difference, because I believe that when you learn what to do, other people have proven, Coach has proven to me that you can make money selling anything like rocks. Teach you how to sell rocks. So I know if Coach can teach you how to sell rocks, oh my goodness, she can teach you to sell anything. And I'm just looking forward to the interaction, to learning and growing, and really just excelling in my business, so I'll be able to tell others and pull others along with me and lift them up too. And I love the idea of inviting families to start a business, because it's so very important. Like Rashonda's husband lost his job, and that's why I always felt like you cannot depend on these jobs, because you never know when they're going to give you that phone call or give you your pink slip. They don't care how many years you put in. If they don't need you anymore, you're just disposable to them. So you need to create your own business, and you need to work that business, and you need to really give it all you got, especially now. It's so important, because at this point you need to find your place online. And that's what I want to do, because that's our future. Because you look at right now, people, that's the only way they've been able to order what they need for their homes. Right. And thank God for the truck driver delivering all of those goods,
And in this time and in this season, we'll never have this much time again. And a lot of times when you get what they call the pink slip, I like to look at that as the pink slip of opportunity.
Yes, a promotion.
What the skill that you have is what you can use to move to another level.
Yes.
I mean, like all these major stores that are like, closing. What is it, J.C. Penney's? That's like
a lot of
J.C. Penney's, Macy's. Yeah, a lot of stores are closing.
Right.
Even Walmart is closing some of their stores.
D, is there anything you like to add in closing?
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to say, as always, I'm thankful anytime I get a chance to be on Coach's platform and just speak from the heart and meet new people. I'm seeing new faces on here today that I haven't seen. And I just want to welcome any and everybody, not any and everybody, but people who want to be here to Coach's community. When we were in Houston, we met new people to the community, and it's just always a good time. And I've been around long enough to know the right people come and the right people stay and the right people leave.
Absolutely.
So this community is always comfortable. Even when the bricks get thrown and you get hit, it's a good hit. It's what you know, it's what you needed. And the women are always, we follow the head and we follow the right head, and there's no mess. Sorry, my phone is going low, but there's always no mess, no drama.
Absolutely.
And you'll love it here. I mean, there's no question about it. You were led here for a reason, and I know it's no mistake. I've been here long enough to see the people come and go. So the people who are still around and the people who come, they're in the right place.
Right. Bertha, is there anything you want to briefly add before we close out?
I would just like to welcome the new ladies. It's so nice meeting all of you all. And of course, you know, my sisters, you know, I love y'all to life. So yes, I love y'all. Y'all know, I already know. So I'm just been working kind of hard over here on this end so I can come back, you know, and I miss y'all. You know, I love this weekend show. So I will be back. But, you know, I'm just taking care of little stuff over here on this end. But I'm coming back, y'all, and we're going to rock and roll this thing for the fall. Okay?
All right, let's rock it.
Rock and roll out. Look, y'all have warmed my heart. You all, I'm sure Coach is listening to us in the background. Oh, I'm sure she's somewhere in the background listening to us. So I hope we made her proud today, ladies, which I think that we have. We have talked about so many things today. We've talked about marketing. We talked about team. We've talked about volunteerism. We've talked about finances. In wrapping this up, I've been reading this book. And it's called If You Want to Walk on Water, You have to Get Out the Boat.
Oh, I love it.
Now is the time, ladies, in this season to figure out what your boat is and get out of that boat, because the water is warm and it's always waiting. And there's always a welcoming hand standing on the water to beckon you to come out into your next level, into your next worthy level. So with that, we're going to wrap it up today. Ladies, I have enjoyed you. I'm going to tell you, I miss my sisters. I can't wait until we can get together. We were together in Houston in February. And I'm going to tell you today, ladies, I need my sisters. I can't wait. I'm like that little boy who had on his coat and his hat, who was running out that door saying, I hate this house. I hate this house. I'm that little boy this weekend. I've been that little boy, but I had to weigh it out. Do I want to go out the house or do I want to live?
Right.
I put my take my coat and hat off and, you know, sit down somewhere. But with that said, I miss you all. I thank you all for streaming with us and answering our questions today. And I want to say God bless and good luck to all of you ladies.
Thank you.
And on that note, to our Facebook audience, thank you all for joining us and hanging in there with us. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day and have a wonderful and blessed week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.